What's going on, y'all? It's Nick with Bear Family Farms. So today we're out here walking through this new pasture that we have the goats in. They've been here about a week or two, but we did find some wild pigs in this pasture about a week ago, so we've been trying to walk through them and see if we could spook any more out. Yesterday we were out here and we spooked up on 2 of them, and I did fire and I kind of lost the goats' trust because they all scattered. So they're a little skittish right now, but we think the ones that we did shoot at yesterday ended up getting out of this pen, so that's good. The goats have been sticking to pretty much the fence line areas, what we've noticed, but it looks like they're starting to venture out deeper into the pasture since those pigs have been starting to get ran off. We actually did find a dead pig in here. It looked like the guard dogs got after it. It's a pretty thick pasture, so I doubt we're going to be able to find it again exactly where it was, but they're getting here. They're getting in deeper and deeper. There's a lot of stockpile grasses in here they can nibble on, but we've just been trying to walk through it and make sure that the pigs are all out. We try and do that before we put them in here, but this place is so big and thick that they've got so many crooks and crannies to hide in, so it's pretty impossible to get them all. There is a pretty giant creek bed that runs through the middle of this area. As you can see, it goes all the way down in there and into a stock tank or a pond or whatever you want to call it. And in the wet season, you know, in the spring, this thing is, I don't know, it's probably about a 8-foot drop down in there, and it's pretty full. It's up to, you know, up to here in the springtime, full of water whenever it does rain, and it kind of just flows into that tank. And eventually, as the sun comes out and it gets warmer throughout the season, it does get dried out like it is now. So this year was an extremely dry year. There's some times where it'll hold water a little bit, you know, a couple inches in there year round, but obviously this year with no rain, we did not have that. Definitely warmed up since that cold spell we had about a week ago. We got some pretty cold temps, as you guys seen in the previous video, but I think today it's mostly cloudy. I think the high is about 60 degrees. It's getting down to the 30s and 40s in the evening and night, but you know, it's nothing for these girls. You know, it's pretty perfect weather. Not totally perfect, but it's close to perfect for them. But this pasture is going to be a good pasture to kid in. And here, obviously, it's a little bit more open, but once you cross into that creek bed over there, it's really thick. And there's a bunch of old trees that they can get up under and have their kids under. We did have a few late-born kids kid in this pasture. You know, late springtime, early summer, and we found the dams just shove their babies up under trees, and then they went off with the herd, and you know, towards the evening times they'd come back to them, feed them, give them some milk, but you can see the goats are getting after some of these cedar trees that they haven't touched yet or haven't got a good nibble on, but I know they haven't really been over here in this area because a lot of them aren't having to stand on their back legs to get after these cedar trees. We went ahead and moved our alpha dog Ruger out of this pasture just to get some exposure with some other of our dogs. Worm came into this pasture, Hoss stayed in this pasture, Anne, which is a female that usually sits up by the house, which is here. She's an Akbash cross. is in this pasture. He was pretty aggressive. And then we also have Beth, the little Karachakun female in here. We also have Beth, the little Karachakun female guard dog pup in here as well. We went ahead and moved all our dogs around just so the puppies that are in training get some exposure to all the older dogs. So come springtime or summertime or anytime when we start moving these goats around and moving the dogs in and out of pastures, it's not the first time that they see each other. They've seen each other, they've smelled each other. It's not new, and it's also a little bit of a better scenery for them whenever these older dogs meet the dogs when they're younger. Whenever older dogs meet older dogs, you know, they kind of start to get territorial and start getting in fights because they just want to show dominance. But introducing them to each other at younger ages into older ages definitely seems to help with that.